Thank you so much. It's truly an honor and truly a special privilege for me to be here. So thank you, LULAC, for thinking of us and giving me the opportunity to speak for our embassy, for Ambassador, on what it is that we do and the importance of our relationship with LULAC. I'd like to specifically and most especially thank Roger Rocha for the invitation, and certainly Brent Wilkes. And it is a specific special honor to be here in this event when we have Secretary Julian Castro as well in this meeting. It's really a very, very special luncheon, and especially because it's dedicated to the youth. And that's key. The idea of innovation and youth come together, as I will mention in a second, but I'd like to start by pointing out the many, many years of the relationship, close relationship, between the government of Mexico and LULAC. It is a long-standing partnership that, in which we have shared common goals, such as the advancement and empowerment of the Hispanic community and the immigrant community in the United States. We have been working together to achieve greater educational attainment, better health or access to health, better access to information, and to increase financial education among our nationals. A key area of our common work is civic education. This is particularly important to us today as the Mexican government and our embassy and our consular network. We have a network of 50 consulates throughout the United States, and I'm sure most of you in wherever in your localities are in contact with our consulates, and if not, I urge you to do so. But this network is today involved in our launching this year of a campaign promoting dual citizenship. It seeks to inform eligible Mexicans who are legal permanent residents about the requirements to become U.S. citizens. There are 2,670,000 Mexican legal permanent residents in the United States who are eligible for naturalization. That means there are 31% of the 8.8 million people in that situation that are eligible for naturalization. Research, in fact, suggests that one of the biggest obstacles that these immigrants face in trying to naturalize is precisely lack of information about the naturalization process. So that's why the program we've launched this year concentrates on getting that information to them, and in this program, our partnership with LULAC has been absolutely key. One of the major components of the campaign informing our legal permanent residents who are eligible to naturalize is that they will not lose any of their rights, and especially not their Mexican nationality, but any of their rights as Mexicans as they become U.S. citizens. The key word in this campaign, the key word in this process we're involved in is integration. We believe that as our citizens who have chosen the United States as their home best integrate in U.S. society, they help themselves better, they give themselves better opportunities to progress and achieve their own goals, and they're better positioned to contribute more to their new home country, to their new host country, to the development and the growth and the improvement of their communities and of the United States. To do these things, and this is where I'm going to touch a little bit on what we've heard and the importance of new technologies and the importance of access, most specifically to the internet and media for communication to achieve a lot of these goals. What we have now developed is new tools through our consular network. And I'd like to mention two specific ones, although there are plenty more. One of them is the development of an application for smartphones and tablets. It's called, and it's available in all the places where you buy the apps, it's called Mi Consulmex. And through this app, what our people can do is have all of the information about our consulates, not only in the US, but worldwide, the services they provide, where they're at, and information that the consulates want to get out to our citizens that is specific to what is happening at this time. Another program I wanted to mention is called the CIAM. It's basically a call center. CIAM is an acronym for the Spanish Centro de Información y Asistencia a Mexicanos. This started, to be honest with you, with the situation in Arizona earlier, where we established a center only for our citizens in Arizona, where they could get immediately 24/7 information about the legal situation with not only SB 1070, but everything else that was happening in Arizona at the time. The success of that program has now grown into a national call center, CIAM, which works practically 24/7 to answer the questions of our citizens as they approach the center for information. And both the center, the CIAM, as well as the app, are now also part of our new program that we've launched, promoting dual citizenship. So the promotion of dual citizenship is using these tools, both these tools as well. Notice one thing about these tools. The app, as well as the call center, has no way of checking the citizenship, much less the legal status of the people calling or using it. It means that both systems serve all of the Hispanic community, not only specifically Mexican citizens. By providing this, Mexico is providing a service to the Hispanic community in general. And so obviously, both services are in Spanish. The consular network, our network of 50 consulates that I was speaking about, is also very active in the social media. Every consulate has a Twitter account. Most of them have Facebook accounts. All of them have web pages. And we use these accounts to get also information, updated information that needs to go immediately to our citizens. This is why what we've heard tonight becomes particularly important. I mean, access for our citizens to today's forms of communication means access to venues and means of empowerment. So it's no minor thing. It goes hand in hand. What we've heard today from the companies, what we've heard today from LULAC's efforts in strengthening technology, goes hand in hand with what we're trying to do with these new tools to reach our citizens and, in general, the Hispanic community. Mexican and Hispanic youth, therefore, are extremely important in this, because the youth are more versed, as we all know, but also are the ones that are increasingly communicating by these means. In fact, Hispanic millennials are projected to be about or near half, actually 44%, of the record 27.3 million eligible Hispanic voters in 2016. This tells you the power and the importance of your generation in what will happen for the weight of the Hispanic community in the future of the United States. And that weight, whereas it is of course good news, also carries a responsibility. Carries a responsibility to participate, to engage, and I go back to the key word I was mentioning, to integrate, in the case of our immigrants, into the communities and into the country that has received them and that is now hosting them, to be good citizens, to be active citizens. Young Hispanics have an essential role, thus, in disseminating relevant information not only amongst themselves, but to the community in general, to the other generations, to their parents, to the younger generations. We just heard Abigail, and we heard Victoria. I mean, these are the generations of today and the generations of tomorrow that show us what this empowerment is and the seriousness and the sense of responsibility with which it is being taken. One last issue I wanted to talk about was the importance for everybody, not only for those directly affected, but for all of the immigrant community, and especially the Hispanic, and especially for us, the Mexican immigrant community, of the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, DACA, has been a very important instrument for the immigrant youth. According to a survey entitled, in their own words, a national survey of undocumented millennials, 23% of DACA recipients have continued their higher education, have gone on to higher education and finished it. And almost half have been able to increase their earnings. Again, this is about empowerment and participation and the strengthening of the Hispanic community as a whole. I would like to invite you to continue then working together with us to keep our community informed. Our collaboration is key to assist and refer the immigrant and Hispanic community to the resources that are currently available, such as DACA and dual citizenship. I would like to encourage you to work closely with your local consulates to inform the Mexican community about citizenship and other issues of interest to them and to us, such as education, access to health, and access to legal services. Furthermore, we need to work together to highlight important contributions of our communities to the American society and economy. We have not done enough on that. We need to stress what not only the Hispanic community, but specifically in particular, the immigrant community contributes constantly, daily, to their communities of residents and to the United States as a whole. We invite you to join us in sharing that information, in sharing the message of what it is that immigrants do to help develop and grow this country. The government of Mexico will continue to work with organizations like LULAC that are striving to empower the Hispanic community and to promote the recognition of the contributions of Hispanics and Mexicans in the United States. Thank you again. Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you for this opportunity of sharing some thoughts with you.